really. So I think we are
Right.
going on live. Yes.
Can you see us live? Oh, yes, we are live. Welcome, Sunu.
Hey, wonderful having being with you over here. Yes.
I'm so excited to have you here because in our story tribe, we have never had a session on lead magnets. So it'll be really interesting to share with our audience what a lead magnet is and why they should have one.
Yes, it would be my absolute pleasure. I love lead magnets. That's my passion. I can go talking about it for hours. Oh yes, yeah. So thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you here. We are going to talk about lead magnets, but first, let's talk a little bit about you, Sunu. Tell us a little bit about you and what's your story.
Yes. Okay. So that is a little bit lengthy story, but I will make it interesting.
Go on.
Yes, so I am. So my career started as a school teacher. So I was a school teacher. I was teaching physics to high school and higher secondary students, and I love teaching. I still love teaching. So that has been my passion till I can say my childhood. Very small, I started teaching. Imaginary kids. That's who I am. So. But life sometimes happens, and my son was born premature, and he had lots of complications going in, and I had to resign. So I decided to become a stay-at-home mom. And initial years were lots of help, like going to the hospital, and he had wheezing problems and things like that. So it was tough, but eventually he grew healthy, and he's now perfectly healthy teenager. He's now 15. So it was long back. I'm talking about 2005, 2006. He was born in 2005. So, but a couple of years later, I had like feeling restless. I had this postnatal depression going on, and I was feeling restless, like, you are stuck at home, that feeling of doing nothing and feeling worthless. So because we had a successful career, and then you are stuck at home, and the baby is now all right. And in India, you obviously know it's easy to get maids. So I had a maid coming in. So most of the work she used to take care. And so I had free time, and like my baby was okay. At that point, he was doing his own things, and he was happy kid. So I had time, and that means that I was restless, I was frustrated, and I was feeling like I want to do something. And my marriage at that point was messy, and so I was having this total, like, kind of a little bit breakdown. I was having suicidal tendencies. I battled the depression a long time. But eventually, I found this online ads. And it was not Gmail. I had Yahoo email account, so I visited that. So I used to see make money online ads all throughout, and I clicked a couple of them, and I signed up. So what happened? I fell in prey to a lot of scams. So I signed up for all these get rich quick money schemes and MLM programs, thinking that that's a thing. I even asked a couple of my relatives to join those programs, which aren't based in US. So the thing was, it didn't work out really well. And the thing was, in 2008 beginning, so I found this guy. His name was Rich Referent, and he put out a free online guide, online business manifesto, and I downloaded that. Okay, and that really gave me the direction on how to be an online entrepreneur, how to be established as that one person, or maybe how to really avoid this overwhelm and focus on what you really like to do, or what to do, like focus one thing, kind of, not really big focus like Helen says, but a little bit more along that angle. And that's the start of my digital marketing career. So why I'm bringing, earlier I didn't realize the story. Only after I became the lead magnet lady, I ventured back and looked back, and I thought we find out that my story started with the lead magnet. Yeah, and that lead magnet, that's why I'm so passionate about it, just because that lead magnet, I gave the clarity on how I can be an online entrepreneur. And that made me a digital marketing consultant from 2009 to now. It's almost 12 plus years. And I've worked with several industries, lots of amazing clients. I've been concentrating earlier on SEO, then it ventured into inbound marketing, lots of other things. And again, there was another bit of story, but because it lost the focus until 2019 brought me back to lead magnets, my thing. And I got like, within one day, if you can say, I put out the post that same day, I got 9 leads, 3 clients paid, like that. So I started getting known as lead magnet lady, and now lead magnet to launch queen. That is what Mikala is calling me. So, so I'm helping coaches and consultants getting their lead magnet done, helping them get the strategy, the idea for lead magnet, which is aligned with the offer, and helping them get it all done, the design, the tech, and the full run, like how it should go. And get that. And again, if it is launching to the program, I get behind all things, strategy, support, setting up everything. So that's who I am right now. So that has been my journey. But the point here I want to tell you here is this. My journey started in real thing with a lead magnet. So your lead magnet can have that potential to change others' life. Can you imagine the impact it has on my life, 12 plus years? And for the last 6 years, I am the breadwinner. And my family is directly impacted by that. And my clients, the thing that I'm sharing now, the trainings that I do, everything stemmed from that direction I got from that lead magnet. So your lead magnet is not a simple thing that we think it is. It has, I'm not saying I'm making it so too big, but rather I'm telling you it has the power to change lives, to create that ripple effect that you want to create in this world, right? So that's it, my story and my big mission, kind of.
Wow, what a beautiful story. We have Jill Brown, who has joined us from Wales here. Hi, Jill. Okay, that was an interesting story. I didn't know that your journey to become a digital marketer started with a lead magnet. But I would say that, yes, I agree that lead magnets have that potential to change somebody's life, because they may not give you the entire strategy, because that's not the objective, that's not the purpose, but they can actually set you in that direction. They can help you take that first step. And I think it's always about that first step that counts.
So that's what happened. At that point, I didn't have the money to invest with Rich program because I was just starting out. And then eventually when I started making his programs became more expensive. Right now, he's very, very established. He's working with millionaires and billionaires. So one day I plan to, that is in my wish list.
Soon. soon.
Yes, very soon. So that's the thing. So, that's the point. Sometimes they might not work with you after getting into your lead magnet or signing up for that. But this is something which I again believe in unconditional giving, because that is how this universe works. Because when you give unconditionally, without, you're just giving, it will come back multifold. Maybe not directly from that person, but I'm sure he is helping millionaires and billionaires because of all the blessings that I sent him, knowingly or unknowingly. But all the family, all the thing, it's all creating that ripple effect coming back to that person. So I'm pretty sure that is how this thing works. You might get that immediate result from the lead magnet, but you might not, but that doesn't make it any less valuable. You have that thing coming back to you. That's the promise.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we start by you explaining to us what a lead magnet is, because it's a marketing jargon, isn't it? And not everybody would understand what it is.
Exactly.
So tell us.
I've been talking about this lead magnet all the time right now, and now you go, what is she talking about? Oh, yes. So lead magnet, it's I know it's a jargon term, lead magnet, but it is nothing else, a freebie, an opt-in, a free resource that you give in exchange for name and email address. So there is a transaction happening. The people, those who come to your website or the landing page that you give the freebie, they have to sign up to receive that free resource. So there is that exchange, and you give them the free resource. And now this allows you to communicate with them via email. So you're opening another channel of communication. So that's one interesting aspect you should consider, because social media is all good, but this list that you are creating via this process, you own it. You have absolute control. Okay, there are some rules because GDPR and other things are there, but you have much control than when it is in a social media platform like Facebook, because they owned it. I'm not saying it's not useful. I have my own community. Here we have this community. It's all powerful. We are meeting together, but having our own website and having our own list means that's in our control, more control than the other things.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So that is one big reason I would say having the lead magnet. So lead magnets can be of different types. We'll talk about that. But basically, this lead magnet is the lead magnet, attracting leads. So it's a magnet which attracts leads. So that is how this term came to be. So when you split the word, it becomes much more easier to understand. You know what exactly a lead is. So you want, as a business owner, you want leads coming in, and this thing, free resource, actually magnetize you, attracts leads coming to you. That's the thing.
For the benefit of audience, Sunu, can I just make this clarification that when we use the word lead as business owners, it doesn't mean anything patronizing or disparaging to people. No, people are people and we see them as people, but from a very business point of view, they are just being referred to as leads. So if there is some feeling of ickiness that's coming up within you because we are talking about people as leads, please, that's not what the intention is. We are still considering people as people.
Yes, that's the marketing term, leads, like that. But like the pure sense leads are, again, we are all humans, me, you, and all are humans. So, but we buy from people. The purpose we are calling them leads is to make it easier to tell, okay, I got this many leads, but still it is people buying from people. Whatever big the thing that we sell or make the transaction with, it is all between people. So the point here is, when there is a thing that in the email list, you mentioned a bit on that. I think the lead, when people sign up for your email list, they are not, actually, they might not be a complete lead. Okay, so because they might not be yet ready to buy from you, because lead has this connotation, or rather the right meaning of a lead is who has expressed the interest to buy from you. But those who sign up for the lead magnet are not exactly leads. They haven't expressed the interest to buy from you. They have just expressed the interest to get that free thing. But you are getting an opportunity to nurture them through a sequence or an email sequence process to take them from that stage to actual hot lead. So that is actually a process that is being done inside the email service provider, wherever that you are getting them into, that a nurturing process is needed. So the simple meaning is people can come into the site, they are email subscribers, to tell you, really classify it. They are subscribing your email, the lead magnet or the freebie that you're giving. They become your email subscriber. And now you are giving them a process of nurturing process. You are taking them through a journey, and through that, you can convert them, warm them up, and get them to know you, like you, and trust you, so that they are getting ready to buy from you. You can change the cold to warm to hot. That process can very easily be done through email marketing. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to me because I do it.
Oh, yes. But it all starts with the one simple step. Don't overwhelm yourself, because that is something I have seen coaches do it all the time. Like they hear all this, they want to do it, then they feel, oh my God, there's so much things to do, and they stop themselves. But here is the thing, go with what is easy for you. Start with one small thing and set up a simple, sign up form and get started. That's the most important thing. Once you get started and got the flow coming in, and of course, there will be a learning curve. You should be open to learn. Otherwise, of course, you should be open to invest. There are only two options.
I think we'll have to do both.
Yes, Of course,
You know,
because
I'm somebody who says that I know a lot about technology, Sunu, but I don't know everything. So Lisa set up the website for me, and I would be able to do 95% of what I need to do. And then for those 5%, I go back running to her and say, Lisa, help, I'm
yes,
stuck. Because
yes,
you can know a lot about something, but you may not know everything. I mean, I know enough to be able to tweak around my own website and set up my own programs on it, but I
yes.
don't know everything.
Yes, so it's like it's a process you have to learn. And
Yeah.
again, this is very important. Like, even if you are ready to invest, you have to know what goes in the back end.
Yes.
Because I have got clients who have been burned by service providers like me. It's like a
Yeah.
bad name for my kind of people. Like they said, this is sold this much and they have to invest this much, and in reality that's not the thing. So you should know what exactly is involved,
Yeah.
because then you can make an informed decision. Okay, I can do this, I can outsource this, I can delegate this. You know what is involved, and as a business owner I would say it is your responsibility to how you're playing. You should know what is going in the, and you don't have to do it. As you grow, you don't have to, you can outsource it, but you should have at least a minimum picture about what is happening. Like, you might be delegating that 5%, but you know what is being delegated,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that clarity is needed. So for that, sometimes this learning stuff is so very important.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it is my business, so I've got to know it.
Yes.
I need to know what questions I should be asking.
Yes.
And what is
Exactly.
it that I want as the final outcome, and then I can ask for help, because if I don't know what I want, I won't be able to even have that conversation.
Yes, I used to get clients like coming in, not very recently, but earlier. They want a client, they come in, okay, I want to work with you. So I said, what do you want to work with? I want, the next day they want money. That's the next thing. And so what are you looking at? They are looking at everything. And then when we talk about the money, oh, no, I just need this. Because you have no clarity. You are dreaming this, but you don't have any reality check what's happening. But having this thing in mind, to know the thing, you can very comfortably and confidently outsource things. That's the thing again.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about lead magnets, Sunu.
Yes.
What different kinds of lead magnets are there?
Yes. So there are main category. I will be talking about the different types. So before you consider about the type or the format of the lead magnet, you have to consider this important aspect. And let me tell you this before jumping into any type of lead magnets. If you are just starting out, you don't need a lead magnet. Okay, you don't need a lead magnet. Foremost, you have to validate your offer. You have to sell your offer and get the money in the bank, and only then, as a way to scale it up, you can think about having a lead magnet. Don't start with a lead magnet, because the problem is then the lead magnet and the offer would be out of alignment. Okay, so I see this all the time. I see coaches actually advising it. Okay.
Been there, done it. Been there, done it.
Yes, I have seen it. So I just cringe myself. My God, what is she saying? But then that's not my place. I cannot just, but the thing is, whenever I can, I shout it out. So please, because you have to have a validated offer, because you need to know that that offer works and the people are responding to it. They are buying from it. And then you can think about lead magnet. Otherwise, you did all the work, you created the lead magnet, and then you put out the offer. If no one buys, everything is gone. All the effort put in, all the investment, everything gone like that. So validate it and go backwards, reverse engineer the process. That is how you need to think about while creating a lead magnet. Okay. Now, talking about the different types, again, it's connected to the thing that you're offering, because the investment point and the perceived value of the lead magnet has a direct correlation. Okay. So I categorize it as two types: entry-level lead magnet and high-value lead magnet. So entry entry level, both the purposes are different and the value, perceived value is different. So with that thing in mind, you have to think from an entry level lead magnet, it's very, very difficult to convert into a high ticket program because the proportionality is too big. People won't make the jump. Okay, so that is the perceived value of the lead magnet is directly proportional to the price that you are charging for the program. So if you are asking for anything more than 300 pounds, you would need a high value lead magnet. Okay, by high value lead magnet means anything with a video component is considered as high value. Okay, so a video training, a training series, a masterclass, a webinar, 5-day challenge, live Facebook live series, it all falls in anything video because that is an, it's a human instinct or rather a trigger, we feel it, that's good. Or it's I would say kind of automatic response. So from that, it's easier to sell a high ticket offer because the proportionality is right. Because from an entry-level lead magnet, like a PDF-based lead magnet, it's difficult to sell your high-end coaching or a high-end group coaching or like that. Anything more than 300 is difficult to sell because the difference, the pricing, the proportionality is wide. So first and foremost, think about the offer and your pricing, and then decide whether it should be an entry-level lead magnet or a high-value lead magnet. And then you think about the format. What format is easy for me? That's the thing. What format is easy for me? Not what others are doing. Not what, you don't compare yourself with what others are doing because your clients are your reflection. Okay, so they love what you love. So what you love doing will automatically resonate with your audience. So create something from that space. So if you like a checklist kind of thing, which is very actionable create a checklist. And then lead them to an offer. Maybe it can be a 99-pound call, a strategy call, a passive income course, mini course. It works really well. And if it is a high-value lead magnet and you have a high-end offer, you might need a high-value lead magnet. Think about like maybe a webinar, if that's easy for you. It may be a recorded video or video series or maybe Facebook Live. It can be any format or 5-day challenge, whichever is easy for you or is workable for you, you create that format and then start working towards that. So that is how you decide on the category and on the format of the lead magnet. So really good PDF-based lead magnets are checklist. It works really well, very actionable. Then a workbook, journals, and then step-by-step guide. And then there is this assessment or quiz, which is again a really good entry-level lead magnet, and it can be converted into a high-value lead magnet if you have the score page having a video. I've done this, seen this example very well done by Dennis DePhil Thomas. Okay, so she has this money archetype quiz, and after taking the quiz, she leads them to that scoring page where she explains the thing with a video. And then there is a call to action to the money bootcamp. Right now it is money bootcamp. Okay, earlier it was the sacred archetype course. Now it is money bootcamp. So she has that nailed. So if you want to create a high value quiz format, you can take a look into hers. So that means that the scoring page will have a video explanation about that score and the takeaway points, and then leading to the thing that you are selling. So that's how you have to think about an entry level thing. High value, think about what's easy for you again, webinar, if that is easy. You can just do a Zoom call. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. A sign up form, sign up, have it on Zoom, record it, maybe send the replay link, that's it. Don't overcomplicate stuff.
I agree, don't overcomplicate stuff. Yes. I'm in the process of setting this up. I've tried a few different kinds of lead magnets, and I'm at the moment setting up another one.
Oh, good.
And I do have help. I wouldn't want to do all of it myself.
That is
I could, but I don't want to because it's going to be so much harder. And I'm able to connect all the dots that you have talked about and see I seem to be on the right path.
Yes, good.
Okay, so you are what you are telling us is we can have different kinds of lead magnets. One thing that really caught my attention, Sunu, was when you said our clients are exactly like we are.
Yes.
And in that moment, I was thinking that I have never created a checklist as a lead magnet. And that is probably because I don't do checklists myself as a person. So the new lead magnet that I have created it's based on coaching based questions, the kind of questions that I would ask somebody if I were doing one-on-one coaching for them, because that's what works for me.
Yes.
And so that's what my lead magnet shows.
Yes, exactly. So, you connect with, that's what I always guide my clients with, is you have to create something that you you love to receive. So then, of course, your audience love to receive that, because, I would say 100% of my clients are perfectionists. I am a recovering perfectionist. And if anyone is done, I'm pretty sure that they are perfectionists. Because that's a kind, you have that thing, you attract that kind of people, the same qualities that you have. So it's easier when you talk to your ICA, because you know them, because it's you in a way. And it's dot on, really. So what your likes are, even when you're creating your program, your online course, think about the courses that you have taken and what you liked. And this is one activity I give my clients, or rather in my course, is I will give it to you, create a Pinterest board and a secret board, and pin all the lead magnets that you like. And like what it can be the cover, it can be the layout, or it's like a secret cache of things like that. And compare what you like and what you don't like. Then you will kind of find out what really makes you like sing. Then that's the lead magnet layout or things that you want. That is exactly what I do, kind of personal thing. Because I look into other, even sales pages. I study a lot of sales pages. So, okay, that is part of what I do, because I have to study, I have to keep in track, what is happening. So, but when you are doing it or creating something, even if you're outsourcing the thing, developing the content is your responsibility. So for that, you can look into what's out there and what is really working, connecting with you as a person, what you are loving it and what you don't love, because that don't love is also very important. Okay, because that is kind of the repel thing that you can take away from you.
Yeah, I can see myself giving away a checklist as one of the many things, but I don't at the moment see myself as doing a checklist as a lead magnet, because I wouldn't pick that up myself.
Yeah, so no need for, because then your ideal clients or your soul clients won't connect with that. So it won't be like, it will be a wasted effort that you have put in. So instead, what makes you really happy and excited to receive, that's the type of lead magnet that you have to give. If checklist makes you happy, give that. If a workbook, for me, if someone gives me a journal, I will be the happiest person. So journal, even if it is not pretty, that questions that makes me prompt and answer, I love journal. So that makes me really glad. So even if it is something business related with questions, or a little bit like a workbook model, I love working through the questions, because that's me. I love it. And then I am creating, I always create that, because I know my ideal clients would love having that, personal way of working it out. That's the thing.
Yeah. Let me ask you a controversial question here, a debated question. No, it's very simple. But I'm waiting to hear what you have to say, because you are the lead magnet lady. And my question to you is, how much information, how much value should we give away when we do lead magnets?
So I know this is always, this question comes up, like, people trip or got confused over this aspect. So I will give you a small exercise which will make it easier. Okay. So you start, as I said, you start with the end in mind. That is a step one. Okay. And second step, you list out all the program or the offer transformation or the results, outcome that you gave through that offer. Okay. So you will list out all the outcomes. So it's a kind of a little bit exercise, writing exercise. And that's the second step. And third step, you list out all the problems that your ideal client is asking you in relation to this offer. So for example, if you are creating a, like a, the intro for a speech, that is the lead magnet that you, or maybe you are giving a course on giving speech, let that be. That might be the speech, the full thing might be your program. So that's program, and the transformation would be, you would make it easier for them to start the speech very well, to keep up the flow, to end very well, and to keep the momentum, to keep show up confidently, the public speaking skills. There might be a lot of angles that is covered in that speech training. Am I right here? Yes. And the third step, the people asking you questions. How can I, what can I speak? That might be one question. What can, or like what to talk about? Like if you are giving an impromptu speech or something like that, and how to start a speech, how to keep the flow. There might be lots of questions that you get in connection with, or how to get over the fear of speaking. So there might be lots of questions that you keep repeating, you keep getting. And from those questions or problems, sometimes you get it, directly, or sometimes you will see them being asked in other Facebook communities or forums or comments. You see them, and you will start seeing a pattern where one or two questions start recurring. That's getting more number of those questions start getting. So what is your common question?
My common question is, I don't have an extraordinary story. My story is very normal, very ordinary. Who would want to hear it?
Okay, so that is the question that people are asking, or maybe most commonly asked. So you took that as the lead magnet idea. So, for me, one of the common questions I get is, I don't know what to create. I have this program, but I don't know what to create as the lead magnet. So all these amazing ideas going around with, but no idea. So this exercise, and I have created a lead magnet which goes in detail about this with this lead magnet ideation planner. But this is the basic of what is being done. So you can do it. You don't have to sign up for that. But I'm catching you here. So the thing is, you work through that, you get this question, and that can be the lead magnet idea. Now, why I'm mentioning this lead magnet idea that you have found out is only one aspect of that bigger thing that you're solving. You might be picking up tips to be confident while public speaking, if we follow the other example that I gave. Or maybe it can be how to give very good introduction that captures audience interest. So how to start a speech and and grab their attention, that intros, how to have that intros, great intros, because that people need that. So look into the need and what's a pressing thing, and create a lead magnet and give information for that one question in as much detail as you can. You don't have to cover everything. You are not covering everything, but you are covering just one question in as much. You can go as much deep as you can depending upon the type and the format of a lead magnet, but you are not covering everything. So now they have the great intro, but now they want to keep the momentum, they want to continue the feeling confident, or they need the entire thing as the next level expansion. Okay, so that's how you need to think about giving the lead magnet, the content for the lead magnet. You can focus on giving answer to one specific question in as much detail as you can. You don't have to give everything away. But you have to be giving value. That is a must. Otherwise, people don't want to sign up for yet another lead magnet. Yeah. They are already, the space is already blown away with free things. So how you have to prove that this content is valuable, and when they sign up, they have to feel it. And then only then this next thing happens. So value is needed. And so answer the question as deep as you can with this experience or examples, give it. And then now imagine two concentric circles. So this smaller concentric circle is your lead magnet, and the bigger concentric circle is your program peripherals. So The smaller concentric circle, they got the lead magnet, got as much in-depth information, and they got the transformation. Now they are expanding. The expansion is to the bigger concentric circle, which is the bigger program. So it is direct alignment. So they are ready for the next step, which is buying your program. I hope that helps you, right?
Yes, yes. What I wanted to clarify before our audience was that we should not be scared of giving away value.
Yes.
Because only when we can establish in the minds of our audience that we know what we are talking about, would we win them over. And you can never give away too much. You can never give away too much.
Yes, exactly. I think I mentioned in the beginning, like a bit of unconditional giving. I'm a kind of a strong proponent of unconditional giving, that you get it multifold, you get it back. So trust what the value that you're giving, it's going to come back, maybe directly or indirectly, because that's the way it is. So again, by giving value, there is another thing that's happening. I told you about this know, like, and trust. So by this giving this value, they are knowing more about you, they're liking what you're saying, and they know, or they're getting to the point where they trust you, that this thing, what she says or what he says, works. And now they are ready for the next step, which is working with you in that program. So that is how you should work with this content, provide value. Don't worry about giving too much away. Only thing is, don't give too much away in all the angles. Don't, that will overwhelm people. There is no point in giving like all the information at one go, because that will overwhelm them and they won't take any action. Go one specific angle and go as much as you can and solve their problem and lead them to the next step.
Yeah. And it is okay to give away too much if you are there to support them. For example, 5-day challenges. That is why they are so intense, because we are there and we run them and we are there to look after everybody and every question.
Exactly. Yes, the 5-day challenge is it's an in-depth experience, in the sense it's not just the task. There is a Q&A live, which is happening every day. So whatever confusion or thing that you work through, sometimes we do get stuck, and that person is there to guide you, to help you to get that confusion away, to give you clarity and move you past that stuckness to actual the next step. So the 5 days will be actually the 5 building blocks to get a structure, a foundation. And as again, this is a lead magnet. The lead magnet, the purpose is to really help you solve one specific angle, not the full thing. So don't join any lead magnets, any challenges expecting that you're going to get everything out of that. It's just the starting point, but probably it will be so useful that you can get started a lot on that. You can get started on your story journey, as your 5-day challenge is really, really very, very knowledge, and you're caring, and you do the lives and things like that. It allows people to connect and just show up, gives them confidence. So that's all there in that, the story confidence, and I love that. I'm not saying I did all the challenge, even though I have been part of most of that. I'm very honest in that. So the thing is, we are working with, in that 5-day space, giving all the information as you can within that angle that we are talking about through that 5 tasks in that 5 days. That. So the transformation is big, and there is so much value, and there is an opportunity to like and trust and build up the connection, which is right for the next step, like that.
Yeah. And I think it is also important. I think it's also important to recognize that not everybody who comes.
Delay, I guess. There is a delay, I guess, in my internet connection. It might be playing up. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully now it's okay.
Strong. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, you have come back.
Okay.
So I was saying it's important to recognize that everybody who comes into your world, well, I didn't quite understand it 3-4 years ago, but now I do. So I want to share it with my fellow business owners, that not everybody who comes into your world and who would pick up that lead magnet, a large majority of those people wouldn't buy.
Yes. Of course, that's there, because they might not be there in that journey. They are, but that doesn't mean that they won't buy from you again at a later point. I have
Yes.
experienced that.
Yeah.
Yes. They might not join you at that particular challenge, because I gave away one of the free training that I did, and that person signed up for my free training, didn't buy anything, but after a couple of months, she signed up for a full funnel package, which is a done for you package. So she didn't even went into the training or strategy thing that I sold right off the bat, but she went for my bigger package because she wanted it all done. So the thing is, people might not buy directly, but they definitely take their own time and will come back. So there is always a number game. Always remember that there is a number game, because numbers are all business things. Again, you have to, as you're a business owner, marketing and numbers, this all comes into the finance, all this are tied into that. So you can expect a conversion from a challenge like 4 to 8%, but I have seen one of my clients had experienced 15% conversion rate. So like it happens, but that's dependent on the person, her energy, and how she is showing up. And so the thing is, it converts. So make that conversion rate in mind, how many people I needed so to get this kind of conversion. So be realistic and practical also when you are doing the launch. And also we will be talking in, and I like to kind of connect with what I'm doing. I have a 5-day challenge coming up because I get excited. So that is one thing we will be talking in the more about, kind of connecting with the vision and the mindset, and also the number targets, kind of having both in two hands, because both play a big role, because you have to have your mindset and your energy and those vision, that is there, that is needed, but at the same time you have to have a realistic target and numbers, kind of keep you grounded to this is the thing, and get that expectation, or rather no expectation, whatever, to let into that flow. Because I am a person now, because of the journey that I'm in, I come to the place that I realize that it is also your energy and how you show up and how you give the thing also is one big reason for your success, or for the success of the launch. So having that right mindset and keeping the energy along with the strategy, that's what I'm teaching. I will be teaching in my 5-day challenge. So because it all connects, that is by kind of what happened along the years. I learned all these kind of changes and things happen, and new things showed up, and new people came into my life, new teaching skills, spiritual angle, all those things what I learned, I am right now bringing that into this launch thing to make it more powerful, rather. So having the bigger launch is easy and fun. So that's my 5-day challenge, roadmap to 5-figure launches. So that is happening next Monday. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
This is your first challenge, isn't it?
It is the first challenge, because I will tell you, be honest, because I was thinking initially, I had this thought that challenge might be a challenge for me. So,
well, the challenges are pretty challenging.
Yes, that is the thing. But at the same time, I was having that mindset block of having that, because I'm the tech person. So I will have to do the tech things and also show up, and that might hold me back. So that was holding me back. Now I have the team to support me in the back end, so I can show up. So it's all part of the journey where you are at. That is what I always say. Do what you can in your journey, what's possible. Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we wish you all the very best for your challenge next week.
Thank you. Thank you. You can see my excitement. Really, really can't wait for next week.
I can see it. It's important to be that excited, because if you wouldn't be excited for your challenge, then it's going to be hard.
Oh, yes. Because I'm a teacher. I love teaching. So that gets me into my superpower, my zone of thing. Yeah.
Okay. So tie in the concept of lead magnet with the program launches for us. So why are lead magnets especially important in the context of program launches? And what do you really mean when you say a launch?
Yes. So launch is you are thinking about releasing an online program or a course to the world. This can be for if you are a consultant or an author or a coach, and if you have thinking about creating an online course and an online group coaching program or a mastermind, this you have to think about having a launch. Okay, so launches are of different types. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend doing a beta launch. That is launching just without no lead magnets, just putting the offer and get people signed in. So that is the first step. And once you are validated that, then you can think about having a lead magnet as a pre-runner for the launch. So having this lead magnet to launch process is, the thing is, you are having a free thing, a lead magnet as a lead generation tool, as a funnel starter, if you can say so, which leads to the online program launch or the thing that you are launching. So this allows you to create a buzz or a hype around your launch, to get more people into your world, to build the tribe. Because launch is, when you do the launch, it is more energy, is either you are showing up more, you are being more visible, you are attracting more people, you are in that space. So that means you are magnetic, and that gets more people into your world, even if they might not be direct contact, they might not even sign up for the lead magnet, but they will see you. And that means that you are opening your audience is expanding in all the social media platforms. So that is a big benefit. One of the big benefits of having a launch is you are building your audience. And that leads to more sales and more impact in this world. Okay, so having this, so launch basically means you're launching a program and you're creating a kind of an activity or a buzz around that release, so that more people are interested and more people buy around it. And having a lead magnet go before that means it becomes super powerful, because this lead magnet is used as a pre-launch thing, as a pre-runner kind of thing, and it attracts leads. It's a tool that brings in more people. And there is one thing I want to tell you. It is, you are using the power of free. Okay, free term is very, very powerful. All through the marketing, you go to a supermarket, you go to a mall, you will see free everywhere, right? So free is a very powerful term, and people are overuse it. So you also can, this allows you to, having this lead magnet or free thing allows you to make use of this power of free for your launch.
Yep.
So that attracts people into your world. And it is free is actually a neuro-linguistic, some kind of a trigger that is working in the back of our mind. Like it's automatic response, like drive, we automatically, if there is something free, we go and check out. You just at least take it out and see, right? It's an automatic response. And there is one more thing, which I read it in Robert Cialdini's book Influence, the Law of Persuasion. So one of the principles that he explains is the law of reciprocity. So this law states that as humans, we have this kind of a trigger where we reciprocate. So if you receive a gift, you have an automatic response to give back the gift.
Yeah.
It's really an automated response, kind of people have it. So when you are sharing your free thing, you are creating an automated response to give back automatically inside the human thing. So this is not manipulation, it is automatically happening, because that is how humans are made, or human mind is, because this law of reciprocity is in place. So when we have this free thing and you give the value and they are experiencing that makes it easier, or that creates a response to buy back from you, or sometimes to give a testimonial to you, to share some way that happy feeling, to give back to you. It's an instinct, and you can use that. So that is the power of having this lead magnet to launch process. So you are building the audience, you are using the power of free, you're having a funnel created which leads the people into the launch, to the launch sequence and things like that, however complex or simple you can make it. So you're having a structure that creates that process, which is very easily you can scale it up. Very easily you can create the structure as a foundation. It can be simple, but you can build on it, add Facebook ads, and then maybe pages, maybe automations and things like that. It's easier to scale to 6-figure launches, 7-figure launches, and things like that. It's the structure is the same. So that's one, or these are the benefits of having a lead magnet and going into the launch process. So that makes that you are doing a launch thing again and again. It's easy, a structure, you have it, and you are building the audience, and it's doable for you, really. Start with what you can. Again, I'm saying it. Yes.
Yeah, I think lead magnet gives our audience an opportunity to taste what it is like to work with us without really risking their money.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And I think it is fair, because it's like going to an ice cream parlor and saying, can I have a bit of that, and can I have a bit of that before we buy that ice cream?
Yes, exactly. I do that all the time. And my husband says, to buy something, that person is getting fed He wants one taste, done. Okay, I go with that. I take 7 different flavors and finally go with a combination.
I had no idea that you do that before I picked up that example.
I do that all the time.
So the point that I'm making is, when we would do that for an item that costs £4 or £5, why wouldn't we let our audience do that for something that costs several hundreds or even thousands of pounds?
Yes, definitely. They want to taste us. They want to experience us. That is what I said about the correlation. When the investment is more, the tasting time should be more. The tasting value, the thing that you're doing has to be more. Then only they can make an informed decision. This is the thing right for me. Otherwise, they won't be able to make it. So that is the correlation I initially said about the pricing and the value thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So ice cream, I love it. I'm thinking about asking. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
You can have some ice cream after the session.
Yes. I don't have anything at home, but that is why I have to call him and ask him to pick something. Yes, yeah.
So, Sunu, how can people sign up to your challenge that's happening next week?
Yes, I can drop the link. I can drop the link up after the session. I will come and drop the link. So it's an easy sign up. So you sign up and go to the Facebook group. Just ask to join the group. I will be taking you in this today. And the fun party starts this weekend. And Monday onwards, we will dive deep into it, this launch framework creation. So we'll start with day 1, day 2, and finally on day 5, you will have a lead magnet launch timeline created. So you will know what goes on which kind of a picture. And with that foundation, you are ready to have your next 5-figure. So that's the roadmap to 5-figure launches. Yes.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. How can people get in touch with you, Sunu?
Yeah, so you can come and join my free Facebook community. So that is my place. So there are lots of trainings in there, but I do trainings almost every week. But this month I haven't done much because my focus is on challenge. So, and there are lots of guest expert sections, including yours truly, yeah, Parul, yes. So, and so amazing sessions over there. So, and lots of, other interesting things that I've shared about the lead magnet glossary, which I share about the terms which you are not familiar, which I explain and give details about. So if you, sometimes when people say about CTA, you are confused what exactly is CTA. It is call to action. So I have this lead magnet glossary where I take each of these terms and explain it. So that all are saved in the units in my group. So you can join and take a look there. And then you can visit my website if you need support in getting your lead magnet design or setup or lead magnet to launch funnel done. I'm here to help you with that too. So get in touch. I'll drop my website link too. Yes.
Brilliant. Sunu, thank you so much for coming and talking to us and sharing this minefield of knowledge. I really, really appreciate that.
Yes, it was wonderful. Really, really, I enjoyed talking to you and laughing with you. It's like a meeting. very close friend and having a fun time. That's you know, I never felt like we are having a kind of an interview thing. It's just fun talking, and just maybe my internet played up a bit in between. Like there is some small delays here and there, but it was fun talking to you, dear. Really, thank you so much for inviting me and allowing me to share my passion about lead magnets and launches. Thank you so much. Yes. So
Thank you, Sunu. Thank you, Sunu. I'm going to stop the streaming now. Thank you to everybody who joined us live.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.